The question is, have you guys watched the new Yu Hakusho show in live action on Netflix? Because this is actually a remake of an anime and of a manga from the 90s. But we ain't watched that. But what I will say is, you maybe should watch it, because it was surprisingly good.
It was really, really good. We went into this not expecting too much. One of our viewers said, nah, guys, you should really watch this show, specifically for the fight scenes.
Right.
And I'll say he was correct, because the fight scenes in this show were absolutely incredible.
They were banging. I was mightily impressed. We've got to do fact of the day, page number 135, fact number 2. Botox is made from botulinum toxin. Almost all of the Botox in the world is made in a single factory in Ireland.
Huh. That close to home, eh?
You know a lot about this Botox stuff. Not because Nonsense has used Botox, but because she looks into all the fashion and the trends and all this shit.
Yeah, it comes from a toxin. It's actually a toxin. And what it does is you put it in a muscle, and the muscle stops moving. It basically temporarily paralyzes it, which is why people use it for their forehead lines and their laugh lines. But the issue is, the more you use this, the more you actually develop an ability to break it down. So you have to end up using more to get the same effect. And eventually, you won't be able to use it at all.
See, fact of the day is important. I didn't know I wanted to know that. And in fact, I didn't want to know that. You added another layer to the fact.
Thanks.
I didn't really want to know that either.
Oh, well.
But at the end of the day, you're giving people facts. You're spitting truth.
I'm giving you the
And
goods.
that's kind of good. People learning things. It's okay. Don't worry. It's all right. I'm sure no one clicked off about the Botox just then.
Oh, sorry.
About whether the fact or you, I'm not sure if it's going to stick, but it is what it is. Hey, NarendraTheComic, and yes, alright, we're going to be doing a quick review of Yu Hakusho, and it was effing fantastic.
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
I would say
Rookie score.
8.4.
I see, I knew you were going to go in there with a point. I'm saying rookie score, I know. But I'm telling you guys, this was only 5 episodes of content. They were around 40 to 50 minutes each. And they did such a good job of building out this world, as well as another world, because there is one of those spirit worlds involved. Overall, with the characters, with the themes, with the general story and plot lines, and also with the CGI.
Right.
Right? One of the things we noticed specifically is that they used their budget very, very well. They thought it through, and we saw it in the fight scenes. The guys doing these scenes, guys, these are top level.
High level athletes.
Yeah, honestly, some of the stuff they were doing, it's like, no, I don't think you were on lines. You're just able to do this.
Yeah.
Just casually, just jumping off of one foot. It was so incredible, and I don't think I'm going to forget some of these fight scenes ever.
They're seared into my mind. Also, some of the dialogue, which seems cheesy at first, eventually just becomes, oh, this is just this character. This is just how this person talks and the way they feel about life. That zest, that flair.
There were only about 10 to 15 named characters in this, but we understood what they were doing, why they were doing it, and why they've been acting in this manner for these 5 episodes. For some of them, we only found out in the final episode really what made them tick, but we found out in the end, and I loved it.
They did really well structuring all the characters around the main protagonist, I would say.
Made it so believable. This is based in the human world, and there is this sort of otherworldly presence, this spirit world, this demon world, so to speak. And I understood what was going on basically from the get-go, because they explained it very, very clearly. I feel like no one was going to be left behind watching this as an audience member.
I think the amazing thing is, even though it was only 5 episodes, it didn't feel overstuffed. They gave just the right amount. They paced the show incredibly well.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like I was missing out on something or something didn't make sense and connect. It was just seamless. It flowed really, really well, to the point where each episode felt like a self-encapsulating movie.
Yeah, they did this really well. It wasn't that each episode, being only 45 minutes long, felt like it was 2 hours.
No.
It wasn't that. It wasn't they pushed so much stuff in there that it was like your head was being whipped from one way to the other. The editing wasn't poor. It was really, really well done. It just felt like everything flowed so perfectly together that these puzzle pieces were just being slotted into place. And then when you started the next episode, it felt like the same thing. And then the next episode felt like the same thing.
The only thing I'm annoyed about is that I'm going to have to wait 18 months, 2 years for a second season if we get one.
It's true.
And if we don't get a second season, that means I'm definitely watching the anime.
Oh yeah, I'm already thinking about that one.
But I do feel at this point I want to watch the live action version instead of the anime. Unless they cut the live action, in which case we have to watch the anime.
I think it's now we actually see these characters with the faces of these actors, right? And if now we start to watch the anime, it's not going to feel the same. We actually understand these guys. We like these faces. We like their physicality, their movements. And I want to see them again, but I don't know whether we're getting a second season.
And even though the CGI is a bit spotty in certain instances, the way they actually created the world itself made it so that when the CGI is bad, it kind of gets a pass. because they created the real human world having good CGI and the mysterious spirit world having very, very poor CGI. But because they kind of let it run the whole way through, it just seems like that world looks like this.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with it because that is the reality of this spirit world.
Yeah, and I think that's where they did a really, really good job, because if the CGI had been bad during the human world portions, I think people might have clicked away and said, nah, I expect a standard and this is not meeting my standard. And just the overall feeling of the show was kind of uplifting. And I kind of missed that. I've been saying this for a while, that general television that you pop on, it feels like everything's very depressed right now. Very grey, very, uncomfortable. This feels like a light.
Yeah, I don't want this type of grey world where everyone's all messed up and nothing is going in the right direction. Like, yeah, I understand the world is a shit show, but I don't want to engage in that when I'm trying to take time off and just watch something in a fantasy world.
You said at the end, when we finished the season, you said, there's this oddly fast and furious feeling to this ending.
Yeah.
And he was exactly right. Those final shots, it was giving Fast and Furious, but I loved it,
without
to be
the
honest.
corona, you know? They weren't popping open the beer, but everything else felt like that moment in time watching Fast 5, Fast 6, Fast 7 at the barbecue. And I said, you know, we need more of this feeling. We don't have enough of it. So hopefully we can get more of it, and we can get good acting in general, because sometimes some of these shows have really, really poor acting. But this one, you kind of bought almost every second of it. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, what are you doing? There's something we do here every day. It's called making a video every day. Should they subscribe for that?
Yes.
Now, I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been
She's
on
been
Sensei.
on Sensei. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 2,000 days now, and we aren't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content. So hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the Pukwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring a lot. Bring a little, do a lot. Do a little, boy. Do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow for more of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.
I got you!